I've got something here on the screen that needs to go away. I'm a few minutes early because I need to set up a couple of things on my laptop to see your comments. So, and I got notifications coming in when they're not supposed to be any notifications on my phone. So don't know what happened there. Bear with me here. All right, I guess I'll have nothing ringing in. Let me open this up on my laptop. Going right into it this time. And how am I going to see comments here? Let's see. First, I guess, Mark, if you're watching this, can you please leave a comment? I need to see where I can see that comment. Let's go public here and get this set up. Mark, leave a comment if you can. And just trying to see it here because I'm still a little new at this, even though I studied up. I don't see myself yet. So why am I not live? Live. Go to the live tab. And it says I'm live now. It says I'm public. Hello. I see hello. I'm just trying to see the feed. That's what I'm trying to see right now. So give me just a minute here. I know it says beginner jewelry making fun. I didn't change the title. I forgot to do that. I don't know if I can do that right now. I guess I can't. Sorry. Hi. I'll see your comments here in just a sec. Oh, I can see the feed. Now, I have some information on how I can enlarge this. So let me double check this, how I can enlarge the text. Bear with me here. Control key and the plus sign. It says I can kick this up a notch. At the very least, I can make the screen bigger, right? To make it. Oh, turn the volume down. Rookie mistake. Oh, gosh. You think this would be a little easier by now. Okay, I've got a pretty good sized chat here. And my microphone cord is in the way a little bit. Bear with me here. I'm going to try to pull this forward. My microphone bounced you around a little bit. And yeah, it's going to block my view slightly. Who do I have? Elizabeth, Hands Boutique. Hello, Elizabeth. Mocha, like that name. I can see and hear you. That's a good thing, right? And Millie, hi. Hello, Millie. Anna, nice to see you. I know we're having issues with the internet today. We're not having any issues today. And Scenaria, hello, Scenaria. Always love seeing you here and all your comments. Love all your comments from all of you. I'm trying to get things lined up so I'm not blocking my view. Yes, I wanted this larger, but now I think I have it too large. Okay, let's see. I'm going to be looking back and forth, and I can see the delay in the feed here. So let's see. I need a happy medium on the text size. Okay, bear with me here. Microphone's too high for me to see everything. Can you hear me okay? I can always talk up as I move this slightly to see my screen. Yeah, it's a little different when I'm doing a live with my setup down here, trying to be centered up. Judy, nice to see you in the UK. Protesy, if I'm saying that right. Denise Arnold, hello. Love seeing all of you. And I can see it up here too with my glasses on. If you don't mind me having my glasses on. They got a little purple glare to them. Elizabeth, Hands Boutique, hear you well? Good, because I don't have the microphone as close as I normally have it. You can hear me. All right, since those of you that are coming in, how about leaving a comment as to where you are located and what time it is where you are? Because Mark told me that in Australia, some places it was 6 a.m. I don't know if I have any of my Australian friends here, so let me know, and we'll just let a few people come in. I wanted to schedule it, but I didn't trust scheduling it. And by the way, I did a bunch of research on this time, and I still had a little trouble. Looking great, lady. Good. Philadelphia, 3 p.m. Elizabeth. That's not bad. That's what it is here. And Scenario, Chehalis, Washington. I have never been to Chehalis, Washington State. It's noon. What kind of weather are you having? We've got sun, but it might start raining and storming while we're having this live, but I think we'll be good for it. And South Jersey, and maybe I should just read off of here. Paso Robles. Did I say that right? Smoky Mountains? Where are you? Oh, it's smoky there. Oh my gosh. I hope you throw some questions up here for me too. Not yet. You don't have to put your questions yet because I want to let a few more people come on board. Manitoba, Canada. Love Canada. St. Lucie, Florida. Used to live in Bradenton and Tampa, but some of you know that. Shay Haley. Shay Haley. Shay Haley. I don't know. You can't tell me if I'm saying it right or not, probably. Shay Haley. Or Liz. Les. Cape Town, South Africa. Thank you, Brenda. And southwest of England. How is this time for you, by the way? Did I get too many of you out of bed too early? 20 hours. It's 20 hours here. Heat wave in the UK. Well, it's been pretty hot here this summer, too. Very hot and very rainy. I don't know how they say we have a drought in some places here in Tennessee when it's so rainy. Shay, hey, Liss. Oh, well, don't test me today on anything. Mark and I were running around. We had errands to do. We went to lunch, and I just got home about an hour ago. So, not as early as I had planned. Never mind. See, I wish I could hear your voices. I wish I could see your faces, give you a hug, and hear your voices. I mean, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it be great if we could get together? I could rent a room and we could all come in and have jewelry making time together. It would just be so much fun. Something you may not know, well, you wouldn't know this because I've never told you. Years ago, in my 30s, I did craft classes, and sometimes we made jewelry. Sometimes we did things with scarves. Yeah, I like that you like it. Think it's an awesome idea. It would be fun. Anyway, remember those bandana, southwestern beaded scarves that we used to turn into, this like neckline jewelry, like a scarf? Jamestown, welcome, Denise. Anybody remember those? We take a bandana, fold it in half, cut strips into it, put pony beads on it, and you tie it around your neck. Is that something any of you have tried? I was teaching classes on that in my 30s, mid 30s. That was a long time ago. Do you know I'm going to be 68 years old in September? Hi, Brown's Home and Remodeling. Hello, hello, Linda. North Carolina foothills. North Carolina is a beautiful state, as beautiful as Tennessee. Eastern Tennessee, where we have all the mountains. We share that in common. So anyway, yeah, used to teach craft classes, more than just those scarves. I taught making all kinds of crafts, and it was a lot of fun. And I'd have ladies come to my house sometimes, and sometimes I rented a room. Darcy, hi Darcy, and you'll be 66. All right, we share the same age range. I think a lot of us are pretty close in age range. Turning 70, happy birthday. Oh, you did in April, happy birthday. Or next April. Yeah, it goes fast, doesn't it? It goes so fast. Unbelievable. Yes, I love all kinds of crafts. Yep, I do too. And I have a whole corner now, a craft corner that I created to make Christmas crafts, and I hardly have any time. 49 in September. Wow. Enjoy those 40s. I still like to think I'm in my 40s. Well, lately it's more like probably early 50s, I feel, but same year. Gee, Vickie, you only junior, senior. Mary, thank you, Mary. Gonna be 47. All I can tell you is that embrace every year. Embrace every year, embrace your family, your friends, because yeah, time goes really fast. Mark and I are very good about appreciating each other. because, we know we don't know how many years. I hope we have 25. I love to be in my 40s again. My 40s were pretty good years, mainly because I met Mark. He's upstairs watching. Yeah, I met my hubby after being single for 21 years. Yeah, I spent a lot of time alone. So my heart goes out to all of you if you don't have a partner in your life, because, or spouse, or whatever you wish to have, because I spent 21 years without someone. I dated, but nothing ever really went anywhere. Yes, love life, Elizabeth. Thank you. Do you have any questions for me today? Anything? I mean, I've got just a couple written down, but I hardly got any questions at all. Hello, Cat. Cat Aquarius. I will be 67. Yep, I'm so blessed. Love that. Anna, thank you for being here. There I go, getting parched already. It doesn't matter how much water I drink. I get on this live and I parch. Made the choice to stay alone, but not lonely. You got to make the best out of your life. I understand that, and I did. I know I did. Do you still have the booth? Yes. Okay. Let's talk about my booth for a minute. Hello, hello, everyone coming in. Vintage Vickie booth here in Kingsport, Tennessee. It's in a store called Just Stuff. Hi from New York, Loretta. Let me just tell this story briefly. So it's been 1 year now, 1 year this month. They're having an open house actually this weekend. Kingsport, Tennessee, Just Stuff, Vintage Vickie. I know. I knew somebody was going to call me out about no necklace. It's because we turned the air conditioning off. And since I'm going to be here for an hour or so, I just couldn't wear a necklace. Got earrings on, though. I do. But Valerie, Tampa, Florida, just turned 70. Happy birthday. Just turned 63. Hey, we're in our prime, aren't we? There's an advantage to being our age. It's because to me, I just told this to someone yesterday, we've been through so many eras that we recognize if we're reselling or if you're buying jewelry, we recognize it because we've lived it. And that's an advantage. Okay, back to, sorry, Vintage Vickie, 1 year. Yeah, the booth is 10 by 15 and it's filled with all kinds of vintage home decor and kitchen decor and clothing and jeans and all kinds of things like that. And I had jewelry in it. I didn't make the jewelry. I tried some fashion jewelry, but last week we pulled the display because I've had quite a bit of theft of the jewelry. And I'm like, why should I do that? Thank you. Woohoo! Thank you for the $5, Protasy. Thank you so much. Yes, we are as young as we feel. I appreciate that. Thumbs up to that. So anyway, had to pull the jewelry, but that's okay. I'm going to be doing live sales eventually for fashion jewelry that you can wear upcycle. I know, thieves, right? Yes, theft happens, but I let it go for quite some time before I did my inventory. And when I did it, I was out $50 worth of necklaces and about $15, $20 worth of earrings. And thank goodness I hadn't made it. So I was pretty frustrated with that. I'm like, that's enough for me. Other than that, we haven't really had any theft. So that's been a good thing. But I enjoy working it, although it's a lot of work. Like Mark and I went to a really big garage sale last Friday, and I found all kinds of things, cows, chickens, the kinds of things that sell in the booth, and had to wash it, had to price it. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, is it worth it? But I did pretty good last month. Now, my rent's $200 a month. I don't normally talk about this, but my rent is $200 a month plus 10%. But I just deposited a check today for over $700, just a little bit over 700. So I thought that was a win-win, but you don't always get that. Like the month before, it was really slow. So what do you do? But it is work. But I think what I enjoy about it, besides finding things, thank you, finding things to put in it, is I enjoy getting out and once in a while being able to socialize with some of the ladies in the store. Mark and I, we're together all the time and we're good. We've been doing that ever since we met. It's Mark and me and Mark, and we do everything together. But it's been nice to get to know some of the ladies in the store and have a little chat now and then because, in case you don't know it, I like to chat. Yes, I do. I talk to strangers all the time. Just ask Mark. I talk to everybody. Luckily, Mark is not a jealous person because if he sees me talking to a guy, he doesn't care. He knows I'm just friendly. I'm a friendly person. Ah, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Um, so I'm going to keep it for another year at least. Kind of have a 3-year plan with it. It just depends on how busy YouTube and Avante Joy keeps me. Yes, hearts. I see some hearts coming. If you can do a thumbs up or heart or anything like that, I don't know. I saw some hearts floating by over here. You bought some glass flowers. Great. That's great. Yeah, that bracelet, the lavender flower bracelet, turned out, I thought, pretty cute. I have it here. I still have it because I just made the video yesterday. I didn't make the video yesterday. I did the FaceTime yesterday, but yeah, there it is. And yeah, I like that. I was surprised at all the nice comments about it, meaning that a lot of you really liked the color combination. And of course, some of you know it's our wedding colors. But yeah, cute little flowers. Now I'm out of, I have one green leaf yet. I have one green leaf left. Get it out, Vickie, get it out. How do I do it all? Pretty busy. Yeah, that's the thing. Thank you on the compliment on the bracelet and earrings. How do I do it all? I'm going to take that as a question, if you don't mind. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder. I love everything that I do, but some days I am starting to feel it a little bit. I can't believe I'm saying that. Mainly it's because I have so many things, so many irons in the fire, as they say, that I don't have enough time to do everything that I want to do. I mean, when I'm down here, I'm editing videos. Upstairs, I make the jewelry. Then I have eBay to ship, although sales have been bad on eBay because we're not listing anything. And then the booth takes a lot of time because I have to change the table out. You're not alone. I hear you. I have to change the table out the first of every month in the booth, and that's a lot of work. Mark and I spent 2 hours there on Tuesday changing out the booth. It's cute. It's got cows and chickens, the stuff I just bought last week. But yeah, it's a lot. And to tell you the truth, I sometimes wish I could just make YouTube videos and do nothing else. Um, so down, I know I'd better be staying active. I'm not exercising enough though, I'll tell you that. That's one thing that being so busy is keeping me from. And that's not good because I'm feeling that a little bit, that lack of exercise. How many of you exercise? I have some exercise or walking videos over on Vintage Vickie. Welcome, Bobby. You're not late, and I wasn't late today either. Gosh, how many of you exercise? Do you like to walk? What do you do? What do you do to keep active besides mentally? Making jewelry is sedentary. Editing videos for me is sedentary. You're active around your place. Yeah. Exercise is, well, I used to exercise and go to jazzercise 3 times a week. And that was some serious exercise. Now, walking in place to YouTube videos, including my own at Vintage Vickie, there are walking videos. Elliptical. I don't have any room for any equipment. I don't even have room for one of those, um, hmm, you know, the bouncy things, the things you stand on and bounce up and down. What are those things called? You have horses to care for. That would keep you busy. Stretching, walking, weather permitting. I love to walk outside, but we live outside the city limits and we live on a street that's like this. So we can't walk our street. We have to go into town or go to a destination to walk. Trampoline. Well, kind of, yeah, those small trampolines, the ones that are just like, 36 inches round or something. Yoga is a great exercise. Anything to stretch. Although I was doing the other day, I just decided to stretch like this and I got a cramp right here, right underneath there, and it hurt like heck. And I'm like, what is that now? Making jewelry. While your hands and making jewelry. Does it become overwhelming? Um, hmm. What does it become overwhelming? Yes. Everything, yes. Wow, you stumped me with that comment because, like I said, if I had my way, I would just I would make this just a recording studio. I would record making crafts and I would probably make the jewelry down here, although I like my office. I would just do that because Yeah, kind of over eBay, kind of tired of eBay. But I am going to be doing something new. I think most of you know we have our new AvanteJewelry.com store, and I'm going to be doing live sales inspired by your tutorials. Thank you, Caroline. Um, yeah, I enjoy making the videos. I enjoy making jewelry. I never get tired. I never get tired of it. I'm more busy now that you're retired. I get that. Get that. I do. CC, nice to see you. I don't know, Anna. Making jewelry. I hope to do that. Thanks for the hearts. I hope to be making jewelry as long as my eyes and my hands. I'm starting to get a little bit of issues here, and I'm thinking about checking into a hand massager possibly, and if I find a good one, I'll let you know about it. How to know what we make is contemporary to make money, to sell it. Thank you for binge watching all the packing and yeah, eBay. A lot of work there. Making money on your jewelry isn't something that I directly address in my videos because, well, first of all, not everybody's selling their jewelry. And because because you all live someplace different, y'all, did I say y'all? Because everyone lives in a different location, it's going to vary on your location. My rule of thumb has always been price it to sell. For me, it's not about three times material because material, if you think about it, is not very much. It's time. But after you've made enough jewelry and you get a repetitive where you make something a style or design over and over, you get very fast at it and you can kick it out. I used to make earrings in 5 minutes or less, necklace and earring sets in 25 minutes, believe it or not, when I was making for the shows when we used to travel and sell the jewelry. So I didn't have to charge much at all, really. I went for volume and instead of pricing my pieces so high that they just sit there and look pretty. You have to test it out and see what your market will bear. That's what you got to do. Making jewelry is my therapy. I get that. It's mental and physical. It's kind of a nice escape, isn't it? Making jewelry. Yes, eBay packing. I mean, I consider myself a professional packer. I have made hundreds, if not, I've actually shown how to pack probably 1,000 items on Avante Avenue, the YouTube channel for Avante Avenue, and I'm just so over that. No, I haven't seen any hauls from Nancy, but I tell you, she has been so above and beyond in generosity that, and she told me she was trying to make some jewelry. She had gotten some tools. I hope she's keeping some of those pieces for herself. Contemporary style, you know what? I was looking at some photos I had snapped in my phone last night. I was going through my phone, cleaning it up, and I had some photos of jewelry that was in a local department store just to see what the styles were. All it was gold tone metal, oval, the paper clip style, oval rings, oval, round. It wasn't beaded at all. There was no beading in it whatsoever. So I think contemporary is irrelevant. I think you make what you like and you test that out. Where do I prefer to list my items? Well, in our store now, of course, AvanteJewelry.com. But I was selling it on eBay, but I've pulled pretty much everything off of eBay. Bought a beautiful tie-dye cloth for my table years ago. Vibrant colors were distracting from my jewelry. We always used black tablecloths. We raised the table up on bed risers to get it up to counter height, and we used black tablecloths that went completely to the floor. That really showcased the jewelry. Bought a couple boxes of reject vintage jewelry. Send it to me to use in a decoy. No, a decoy in the booth. You know me, I'll probably find something in there that I could upcycle. I'm not putting any more jewelry back in the booth. Nope, not doing it. Excuse me. Um, that's right. Wear whatever. Wear whatever you like. If it sells, great. If not, how many of you wear your jewelry out and somebody actually compliments you on it? Does that, I mean, if you're going to work, if you work somewhere and you're wearing jewelry every day that you made, people might notice and comment. But in general, if you're just wearing your jewelry out in public, do you get comments on it or questions or compliments? Let me know about that. Bobby does, and Karen, you do. I'd love to see your jewelry. That's great. I love that. Um, I I don't know. I do on occasion, but I don't because it's hot and sticky and muggy. I don't always wear necklaces, just earrings, and they're not as noticeable with my hair. Nope, I do. Um, what really matters, I love you would love wearing your jewelry out, and I pretty much only wear what I make too. I have some earrings that were gifted to me that I wear once in a while. But make what you like, wear what you like. Don't worry about anything else and test it out. See what people think. One color tie dye. Um, see here. Scarves. I love scarves. I love, love, love scarves. I used to wear scarves every day. That was instead of a necklace, I wore a scarf. I just think they're so pretty and so colorful, especially when, if you wear solid color clothing. Yeah, the thin gold pieces around here. Yeah, everybody wants the I mean, nothing wrong with it. You want gold or silver look. Comments are usually, where did that one go? Where do you sell it? Oh, okay. So do you sell? Oh, okay. You make it. You only make it for gifts or for yourself. Well, that's a compliment when people ask you where you sell it. It does seem ironic that we're not selling our jewelry in just stuff in our booth or even in the store, anywhere in the store. I'd probably have to pay an extra rental fee to sell it and keep it in the display case. But Robin, the owner, she also sells jewelry there, and so do other people. So that's okay. I don't have to sell it there. I'll be selling. I'll be selling fashion and costume jewelry coming up, as I said, in AvanteJewelry.com. You give them all your homemade crafts. Lucky them. I have made purse charms for family members with themes, little charms like cats or dogs or whatever it is they like. You make rings, turquoise ring and copper. That sounds really pretty. I haven't worked with a lot of copper. You've seen me work with some copper tone jewelry that I've upcycled, but I haven't worked with a lot of real copper. Mark, I'm sure, has some copper wire here. So, how many of you work with wire versus just beading? How many of you do wire work? Becomes gifts, Linda. I bet they love those gifts. So, how many of you like working with wire versus beads? Both. Okay. I'm going to get a sip of water here. Hmm. I guess, you can always submit your jewelry, but there's a lot of jewelry in our art centers around here in Kingsport and Bristol. Wire work, Loretta. I haven't done a lot, and I'm pretty rusty on what I have done, but it's something I'm thinking about getting into just to bring something else to the channel. The Christmas angels were sent to friends as gifts. I love that. Yeah, it was fun doing those. Wire wrapping face coins and crystals and rocks. So yeah, I need to practice it too. I do. And there's probably one style of jewelry I'll never do. Hope I'm not disappointing by saying that. Maybe I should not say never. But I'm not into making the bead weavings with the seed beads. And there's other names for those tiny little beads. I'm not into that kind of weaving. Love the memory wire. Memory wire is fun. It is great. Yeah, I think it can be challenging on your hands. I do. Yeah. If you're doing a lot of it anyway. I have ideas, just haven't pursued them. There's just not enough time to make all the videos that I'd like to make. Grab weaving. I don't. Okay, you retyping that. I wasn't sure what that was. Um, okay, catch it and then when I post it later. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate that. Bead weaving is beautiful. It is. But as you've noticed, my style of bead weaving is working with the jewelry making wire, my 49 strand wire, and weaving it with the beads. And it's a larger design. I kind of like doing that. I do. And bead weaving, Brett, I think it also would be kind of tedious to teach. I know there's a lot of YouTube channels out there for that style of bead weaving, but I don't know. you got to be true to yourself, whether you are making jewelry for yourself or to sell or for a YouTube channel. You've got to be true to yourself. Yes, it is nice to do live because I don't have to edit, but I also got to be careful of what I say. Not that I'm going to say anything I'd have to edit out. Huh, Mark? Mark? He's laughing at me up there. Sometimes I get a little stressed, just a little bit. I just lie trying different things. I love trying different things. I do too. Well, we do have something we're celebrating today. You know, last month I had a balloon back here. Well, it's still here. It doesn't look very good. No cursing. Well, what would my dad say? So, my dad had this saying, son of a gun of a biscuit bun, got Dan's hat on fire, go to Heller's and buy a new one. I had to say it because that's a memory of my dad, who whose birthday was the other day, and he passed away about 10 years ago. So that was his saying, and I'm only going to say it once. So I had a balloon, a smiley face balloon. I had flowers. Couldn't get flowers today where I was at. But last month we were celebrating reaching 28,000 subs. Well, this month, this live, 29,200 plus. 29,200 plus. Can I get a woohoo on the way to that 30? I said I was just going to just go straight for 30. Then after that, I think I'm going for 40 and then 50 and just going for it. So thank you. Yeah, you have to understand that I've been on YouTube for like 9 years. Thank you for the woohoo. Thank you. Thank you. 9 years. And I've almost quit so many times. Oh my gosh, I've almost quit so many times because, I wasn't succeeding like I wanted to for all the effort I was putting in. I used to put out 3 or 4 videos a week on just Avante Avenue. Whoop, whoop. Cheers. Great. Thank you. So, those of you that may not know, um, I almost quit, and yet I just get up and try it again. And one morning, Mark came in to say good morning to me because he gets up before me. And I said, "Hun, I want to start another YouTube channel." He's like you have time. Well, I said, I want to start a jewelry making channel. Of course, our company, our business was called Avante Jewelry, so that seemed pretty natural. And no, I didn't have time to start anything else. But what I did have was a desire to see if it was me or the channel that I was doing, the type of channel. And that means reselling. And I've said before, I love resellers. I've been a reseller for over 20 years, 22, 23. Reselling is show me what to buy, show me how to pack it, show me how to price it. They're in and out. They don't leave comments hardly at all. Some do, but most don't. And it started to feel like I just wasn't achieving what I wanted to achieve. And this channel, I am. And it's thanks to you. It's thanks to all of your thumbs up and your comments. And now we got hyping and all that stuff. Thank you, Natalie. I appreciate you too. I appreciate all of you. And this channel was probably where I should have been all along because I genuinely have a passion for making jewelry. I mean, I have a passion for reselling too, but this channel is creative. So that's what I am. I'm a creative like you, many of you. And thank you, Mary. And so it's working. It's working. So hopefully I've got 10 to 15 more years in me to make jewelry. As long as my eyes and my hands work, I'll keep going. So reaching 29,000 is a milestone for me. Reaching 100,000 would be the ultimate goal because, those YouTubers that have that little plaque in the back. Yeah, YouTube plaque, wouldn't that be nice? It's just a matter of achieving goals, really. And I'm a goal setter. In case you don't know, I set goals. You found your groove here. Yeah, not only my groove, thank you, because this is where I feel happiest. This is where I'm at home. And thank you, Cece, that I inspire. Got my inspire back here. I like grooving by making music. That's what I enjoy doing too. Love your ideas, watch all your videos. Brooches. I have lots of brooches I can sell, lots and lots of them. But I don't craft with them. No. I haven't really taken jewelry and crafted with it. You know how they make the pretty Christmas trees on the velvet? Um, it would really have to be broken jewelry or something I don't care about to do that because sometimes it's too pretty to do that. Love trying out new things that you show us. Woohoo! Another woohoo. Thank you. I appreciate all those comments. I do. I I don't know. I I love this. I love the support from all of you. You affirm, you know, those five love languages. You affirm that what I'm doing is working and that you appreciate it. And that's my joy. That's what keeps me going. So yes, I love to make jewelry, but if you didn't like it, I wouldn't still be here. Making sure it can be lonely. You know, I was saying that, Loretta, I was saying that it would be so fun to rent a room and we all bring our beads and tools and make something together. That would be a lot of fun. I would do that in a heartbeat if more of us were local here. I would. So I guess we just have to do it long distance via YouTube. But, oh gosh, I had something else in my mind there I was going to say. Just, I don't know. I just, I'm happy. This is my happy place. I'm happy in life in general. Don't take that wrong. I'm overall a happy person, and I'm very happy that this is working here for me and for you and all of us. Down to earth and calming as well. So much fun to listen to. Thank you. You know, I just want to say here that I am myself on this channel. When you see me dancing, I've already been dancing while I was editing the video. Uh, I love to dance. And what you see here is just where I'm more and more comfortable being being myself on camera when it comes to that. How I produce my music. I will only share a little bit on how I knew I was going to get that question eventually. First of all, I'm a jewelry making channel, not a music writing channel. And I do keep how I do this close to my heart because feel that it's unique to me and to the channel. Not that you can't do it, but it's unique to the channel. So, what I will say is that there are many apps out there to help you with um, songwriting, with publishing your songs, with the music. But I do want to say that I write lyrics, I write rhymes, I write, I could say probably 80% of most every of my songs. And some I write all of the lyrics, every single word. But I get a little help with finessing it. I'll say that I get a little help in finessing it sometimes to put it together. And I do have a paid app, which I'm not going to name, but I have a paid app where I have the rights to use and share my music. I have a certain level of ownership with my music. So it's basically copywritten as far as someone taking it because I've put because I pay for it. I pay for and I write my prompts. It's called prompts. I write the prompts for the music. So what I want to also say is that this isn't as simple. If you think, just in case you think this is not where, oh, here's my finished jewelry. I'm going to take a photo of it and I'm going to get some help on write me a song for this piece of jewelry. It doesn't work that way. That's not what I do. I sit down and I write the detail. There's no way a photo of my jewelry could turn into the detailed songs that I put in my videos. I write the storyline. I write lyrics, I write rhymes, I write prompts. So there. That's what I'll say about that. And I absolutely love it. Well, I do have one more thing I want to say about the music. And this might shock you. I paid Epidemic Sound. You probably heard Epidemic Sound if you know anything about music, you know, where people buy their music. And with taxes, last year it was just slightly over $400 for a year. Let that sink in. $400 for a year to access the music. Well, that sounds fine if you use a lot of it. But the problem I ran into is that hardly hardly any of the music was appropriate for jewelry making videos. It's just not. It's just not. Either the words or the style, it didn't work. So when I discovered I could write my own songs, co-write my own lyrics, and set it to music, I was sold. Not everybody likes it, but I was sold. I'm glad you enjoy the music. I love doing it. It's one of the favorite parts of making my videos is having that unique song to go with it. And it doesn't write itself. All right. Um, let's see, do I have anything else? Oh, Judy, Judy Nicholas asked me a question. And thank you, Karen. It's kind of challenging to answer, even though it's a very normal question. How do you tell glass? It is an artistic outlet. I'm glad you love my tunes. Love the songs. Thank you. I think people either love it or they hate it. I think that's, I think there's no in between. Um, what do you do? I'm going to make the videos the way I like to make them and write the songs to go with my videos. And it's been a game changer for me as far as adding to the level of creativity that I can bring to the videos. Okay, Judy, glass versus stone. How do you tell glass versus stone? Well, they're both cool to the touch. I like to put it on the underside of my wrist. And, glass is cool to the touch, stone is cool to the touch. So I don't know. It's just kind of experience. But I will say that Google Lens, not sponsored, Google Lens is a great source to take a photo of it and let Google Lens help you out and give you some direction to go. And then you can take that title of what they tell you it is, and you can go search that further on in your search engine. And I don't know if you know this, but like Google, for example, you can across the top, you can select different categories. Select the category for images. Images will show you more of what you're searching for. So if you're searching for tiger's eye beads, then go search it in your search bar and then go to images and click on that and see what pops up. And then compare what you have in front of you to what you're seeing there. You just have to kind of compare. The other question was Murano glass. Well, if it's not labeled Murano glass, I would never assume that any glass is Murano glass. You've got to be very careful on that. And sometimes you'll see Murano style. And so Murano glass, just like Czech glass, has to be labeled. The beads have to be labeled. Overseas sold as natural or crystal. They're actually resin. Yeah, there's a lot of resin composites. Yeah, a lot of, the faux turquoise is a composite. It's a composite of chipped up and ground up turquoise with resin. And that's why I say it's faux turquoise. You do have to be careful. I see a lot of listings on Facebook where they say turquoise necklace, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's faux turquoise. But they don't tell people that. They have a great price on it, but if you don't know, it can be very misleading, thinking you're getting a turquoise necklace when it's faux turquoise, like pearls. A lot of pearls are faux pearls, plastic, coated. I hope there's a couple tips about using Google Lens and searching images, and after you type what you're looking for in the search bar, search images until you get familiar with it. Do I think you need to buy a book on gemstones? Not really. I think there's enough information online for that. Your husband's watching your videos. Hey, Mark, do you hear that? Do you hear that, honey? We just watched my video last night for the last button bracelet, the flower button bracelet. We watched it last night, and he stayed awake for the whole video. He's gonna come down before we're done and say hello. Love the tunes. I love the tunes. Google to see if they have something similar. Good, good. It's a great source. I mean, use it, right? That's what we got the internet for. I'll leave it at that. The internet's helpful. It has its pros and cons. Anything else? In AvanteJewelry.com. Good job staying awake, Mark. Yeah. We're up to 391 listings in AvanteJewelry.com. I listed some more of Mark's chainmail earrings, so if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. And if you have interest in attending one of my future live sales on Avante jewelry, I have a few more things I have to do before I can have the first live sale. So it's probably going to be within 2 weeks. If you can register and go ahead and get signed up, I don't think you have to have an account. I mean, I don't think you have to buy anything to register on the website just so that you're set up for the future live. And boy, do I have the jewelry. The first live sale, do you remember the estate sale haul where I had the little Scotty dog that said Grace that I couldn't find? I don't know where I put it. Put it in a safe place. Anyway, I don't think I sold it. I have all that jewelry cleaned, all organized, and lined up for my first live sale. And so I'm going to put out the video, a brief video about cleaning. And yes, thank you. Mark's chainmail is awesome. And I don't even have his necklaces on there yet, or bracelets for that matter. But the earrings are pretty cool. Anyway, I have the haul. I spent 2 days. I was supposed to take time off last weekend. I spent 2 days cleaning the haul as best as I could. Lightly cleaned on some things, earrings, little post earrings, cleaned all the way, put them in a thing to clean them. So I'm going to kind of combine a little bit of cleaning video. I get asked for it all the time. There's not a lot of things you have to do to clean other than just clean. And then I'm going to show a recap of the haul and announce at that time when the first live will be. Give me a heads up. How many of you think you would come to a live sale? I'm going to have what I think are pretty good prices. I don't want to name them yet, but um, pretty reasonable. You can wear the jewelry or you can upcycle the jewelry. It's up to you. But any of you interested in live sales of jewelry? Thank you, Caroline. Because a lot of you tell me you can't find it locally. And to tell you the truth, I can't hardly find it locally either anymore. Although I did find this jewelry locally, but it's getting harder. Um, our Salvation Army has raised the prices and the quality has dropped. Our AMVETS, yes, the live sale. Our AMVETS, I don't know what they're doing. They didn't have any jewelry in the store at all last time I was there a few weeks ago. Their prices are high. So, you know, it just depends on what it is, where the price falls. But I know it's the prices aren't bad and the jewelry, I just have so much to share with you. I've got some pretty cool things. But the first live sale will be nothing but the haul from the estate sale. Shipping, I'm trying to keep shipping quite reasonable. I did have to raise the shipping. The flat first fee is $7.95, and then some pieces it's only $1 more, and if it's a necklace, it might be $2 more. So it starts at $7.95, and then there's $1 or $2 per piece after that to add it on. As you add on more. So, I mean, what's it cost to drive there, I guess, and find it and hunt it and all that? Shipping is the one thing I have like the least control over. Thank you. Would love to see all of you there. Shipping is what it is. And USPS keeps raising it. They raised it again recently. They're raising it for the holidays. Yeah. Rummage sales. Yeah, rummage sales can be good. The post office has one clerk working with a line back to the door, and yet the prices keep going up, but they have less help. What are you finding? Maybe you don't want to talk about the post office. I don't blame you. I don't want to talk about it either. Rummage sales. Sometimes I'll buy all the jewelry from a rummage sale. And yeah, thrift stores. Well, do you know what the thrift stores are doing? Maybe you don't know this. I can speak for a fact about Goodwill. So I assume that Restore and other places that sell jewelry are doing this. But the Goodwill does, in fact, take all of the jewelry donations to a specific location, typically off-site from your local drop-up center, AvanteJewelry.com, www.avantejewelry.com, and just look for that. I also have it in the video descriptions, but other people will surely come up but if you go for, because other people use the name. We own avantejoy.com, the domain name, but there are some companies that are Avant Jewelry, and even Etsy uses the name, and they shouldn't because they don't own it. I might copyright it if I can. Okay, what was I going with? What was I talking about? Oh, the jewelry at Goodwill. Okay, so you make a donation at your local Goodwill. They gather the jewelry donations up in particular and some other things. They take them to another location and they have a room, like a vault room, it's locked. And they go through the jewelry. They have a machine that they run it through to check and see if it's silver, gold, or what the materials are. And then they sell it online on eBay, on goodwill.org. They sell it online. And so the jewelry jars that you're seeing in Goodwill, if in fact you see them, we don't see them. It's just junk jewelry. It's probably going to be a lot of Mardi Gras beads and broken jewelry, and maybe something slipped through. I found sterling silver a few times at our Salvation Army, but they have jewelry jars now marked $30 for jewelry jar. I'm not a gambler. I won't gamble on jewelry jars or junk boxes of jewelry. I just don't. Okay, other places that use it. So scroll down a few. Yeah, a lot of places use Avante jewelry. I don't know if I can copyright it or not. We've been using that name for over 20 years. We've had the domain name for 20 years. Kept paying for it, didn't let it up. I had China wanted to buy it once. They wanted a company there wanted to buy Avante jewelry, and I said nope, nope, not selling it. Okay, I need another question because I honestly didn't have a lot of announcements today. I just wanted to have a chat and make sure that some of you, some of my international friends could pop into as well today. A lot of people interested in the live sales. You bought from the Goodwill auction website. You had good stuff in them, including diamonds, teensy diamonds. Well, congratulations. That's a woohoo for you. That is great. I haven't done it. For one thing, I don't think I have the patience to untangle jewelry if it's just thrown in a box. Yeah, I like to buy jewelry that's already quite clean and just needs a little extra wipe, a little extra cleaning. Animal Hospital Charity Shop. I do shop at one of our animal shelter thrift stores, but I haven't found anything there for a long time. Bargains. Who doesn't like a bargain? Oh, you can spell it any way you like. I knew what it said. I know, I'm looking here and looking here. I should just look up here. Gotta go. Well, thank you, Loretta, for popping in. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have fun with whatever you're doing. And Etsy, I tried Etsy before I started on eBay, but I didn't stay with it very long. I was Leah's granny at the time. Etsy has too many rules. I thought eBay had rules, but Etsy has even more rules and guidelines. I don't want to do free shipping on $35 worth of purchases because you could lose money. Get all loose beads, thousands of sequins. Oh, I don't work with sequins. Hmm. When is your next video? What will be about? Well, I hope it's the cleaning video and that I'm announcing when my live is going to be. But I don't always know until sometimes the day before or the day of what I'm making. That's the truth of it. Sometimes I just wait to see what speaks to me. I walk around my office and I have this spinny rack that's like this big around, loaded with necklaces. And I'll walk around, I'll look at it and say, is there anything here that I could upcycle or check over on the back of my door? And yeah, I don't know. Are you suggesting that there's something you'd like to see? I won't promise it, but you can most certainly drop me a comment. By the way, I don't get to see these comments. I found out after the video goes live for everybody else published. I don't get to see the comments anymore. Loose beads. I bet it was difficult. Lots of patience for that. I don't know. I try to circle around like I did the button bracelet for the first video of the month. And then I try to go to earrings and I try to go to a necklace and then circle around again just to make things not all the same thing in a row. I don't have a clue other than I have the jewelry video and, I have video to edit. But yeah, a lot of times it's last minute, just whatever comes to mind. So throw me another question, please. I need a question. Keep me going here if you want me to keep talking, or I can wrap it up if you like, but we're not even an hour yet. A fall charm bracelet would be fun soon. Fall. Oh gosh, I don't even know if I have any fall beads other than colors. I don't have too many charms that would be fall. I have some large leaves that would be for a necklace or something. I like to sort by color. I think it's so much easier to sort by color. I have ADD or something, flip from one project to another. I don't have ADD. I'm a more obsessive focused. I get in the zone, and I don't want to do anything else. Natalie, Christmas. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a Christmas series this year. I did the little ornaments. I did the big ornaments. I don't know. Will I be making anything during this live? No, I didn't promise I'd be making anything during this live. I don't know. I've never thought about having a live video for making jewelry. Sometimes it's tedious making jewelry, and I don't know. I'm afraid it would drag it out so long. More random at times. Is this uncomfortable for you? What do you mean by random? Um, explain what you mean by random, please. What is your favorite bead to work with and why? Um, I like I like glass crystals a lot because they sparkle. I like those, but I don't know. The fun thing about taking apart and upcycling jewelry is all the different shapes that you get in the components. That's what I like. It just makes it so unique. Not so uniform design. Oh, you mean like bead soup? I have some bead soup videos out there. I do bead soup necklaces and bracelets. Do I keep all your buys? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't get attached to too much because I don't know. I just don't. I don't get attached to too many pieces. Once in a while, a pair of earrings or something. But because I make my jewelry and I like to wear my jewelry when I'm going out and about, I don't wear a lot of pre-owned jewelry. I upcycle pre-owned jewelry. Do I keep all my necklaces intact all the time? Well, once I've made it, sure, they're in my jewelry box. And I was going to tell you, I have one of those, those organizers that you put in your closet. It's a hanger, and it's like this long, and it has little zipper closure sections in it. I picked up one of those at a thrift store a few months ago, and it is absolutely great for my earrings because I was running out of room in my jewelry box. And I've got two jewelry boxes. Excuse me. So anyway, I have them by color. My aqua, my blue, my black and silver, and it's really handy and I can just hang it in my closet. It doesn't take up much room. Yes, I think it's great to make jewelry for gifts for friends and family. But never really deliberately upcycled jewelry until I found your channel. I always dabbled in it a little bit, but once I made my first upcycled jewelry for this channel, I was surprised. I was surprised by a couple things, how fun it was to do and how well it went over. And I'm just glad that there's an audience for the upcycled jewelry and people are coming in every day finding me for the first time. And you know, I like it because you're making a one of a kind piece. Now, this is coming from someone who used to sell home interior, and I'll tell you why home interior relates to this. I sold home interior when I was in my late teens, early 20s, and everything everything was cookie cutter, right? You're selling the same prints. I'm trying to read this at the same time. Let me pause for a second here. Turn it back to beads. Yep. Do you keep them until you need them? Absolutely. Organized by color in all my shoe boxes. I must have 20 shoe boxes. Happy place. Love it. Anyway, home interior. I know you know home interior. So I do the party plan. I'd go demonstrate and sell the print for the wall and the sconces and, the figurines and all that. And there came a time in my life, much, much later, where I realized everything was cookie cutter. Everybody had the same decor. You could recognize it. You go into someone's home, oh, that's all material. And it does still sell, by the way. It sells on eBay, it sells in my booth. So when it comes to making jewelry, by upcycling jewelry, you make a one of a kind piece. Absolutely guaranteed. Even if you're making something similar to what I made, it's one of a kind. I mean, don't you have to love that? You gotta love that. That when you wear a piece of jewelry that is from components from this and components from that, and you put it together, I mean, every little piece that you make is like a little work of art, is it not? That's the fun of it, the upcycling. It's not everybody's going to have it. Nobody's going to have it. Fabric and jewelry design, necklace design. I am not a fabric person with beads and jewelry. No, I'm sorry. I will say that that's something that doesn't interest me to make. And upcycle to be able to cut that necklace bracelet, something so much more creative. You're able to. That's great. They were beads before. They are beads again. How many thousand times have I said that? Yep, unique, one of a kind, and I don't know. It's endless and unlimited what you can do. Simple little changes. You see me change direction all the time when I'm making a piece of jewelry. And I'm doing it basically live. You asked me if I do live making jewelry. I actually do because I show you what I'm doing. You retired in January, couldn't stop watching your videos. Oh, I love it when you what do they call it? When you're watching every video. What's that called? There goes my mind. Okay. Yeah. Binge watching. That's it. Love it when you binge watch. If I ever need to take time off, I might need to ask you to binge watch my videos to keep the channel going here. Beautiful dangle earrings with 20 plus 3mm blue beads. Sounds beautiful. Beautiful. And yeah, I keep them. I have kept a fair amount of my upcycled jewelry. The funny thing is that most of my jewelry that I have in my jewelry box was made when we traveled and did shows, and it's not upcycled. It's pretty beaded jewelry, but it's not upcycled. So because I went the direction of a lot of upcycling, I had to keep some of my jewelry so I'd have things to wear that are upcycled. Bracelets, necklaces, intact to choose what I'm going to upcycle. Okay, yes, I keep a lot. Maybe I need to rephrase that, my answer to that a second ago. Yes, I have lots and lots of necklaces that are intact that I can go pick out and say, what can I turn this into? But after I make the jewelry, after I upcycle something, that's when I just bag it up and organize it by color. I do have a few necklaces that I set aside that I haven't taken apart yet that are in those same totes. But I like to show you taking apart the jewelry on camera. Um, I do that more often than not. So yes, I do like to start with intact jewelry as well. I don't come home and take it all apart. No, that wouldn't be any fun. I want you to see what it looked like before and then what it becomes when I'm done, even though most of the time I have no idea what I'm going to do. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm glad you found me too. I love that all of you have found the channel. Broken jewelry. Yep. Started as a teen. Now I'm 58. We're young. You are young. You didn't hear our ages earlier, probably. A quilter. Yes, quilting is beautiful. Beautiful thing to do. Jewelry. I struggle with the clamshell. It comes off. I wonder. I wonder why it would come off. It sounds to me like the crimp bead isn't. Did you put a crimp bead inside the clamshell? You have to have a crimp bead to secure it inside the clamshell. That would be the first thing. The other thing is, if you're using a crimp tube, maybe by the time you crimp it, it's so thin that it's sliding through the hole of the clamshell. So try a flattened crimp bead instead. That's wider when you crimp it. When you flatten it, you're not crimping it, you flatten it. It's jewelry hauls now. I cannot get out of my mind. uh, Jewelry hauls, yeah. I show the hauls when I have them. I could put together hauls for you. I could. I've got enough jewelry here to show you lots of jewelry you haven't seen. So much. A lot of TV, lot of the big hole earrings using your technique. Big hole earrings, yeah, they can be challenging, but that video with that technique has done really well. And then later on realized it was designer piece. No, I haven't. I check brands before I take it apart, and even if it is a designer brand, sometimes I take it apart anyway. It just depends. I mean, eBay is so flooded with fashion jewelry, non-gold, non-silver fashion jewelry that's a brand that sometimes it's not worth it to me to sell it on eBay and be one of a thousand pieces with my listing. So I don't have a problem taking it apart. Yeah, I don't. But no, I've never taken something apart and then realized that I had a really high end piece. I haven't found any real high end pieces. I have silver. I have some sterling silver right now that I've had in some halls. Where did I get that? Oh, well, the estate sale hall that I call Grace. Grace is a estate sale hall, the one that with the cleaning. I had a sterling silver bracelet in there. I need to take it and get it checked and find out what it's worth. Okay, we've been at it for an hour now. I'm still going strong, but you have to let me know where you are with things if you have any other questions. Because just ask Mark. I can talk. Small bead inside the clamshell instead of a crimp bead. Hmm. I don't know how that would secure it, and that if you don't flatten it and keep the wire from slipping through. Oh, they pull from jars and such. Um, I haven't bought any jewelry jars. I buy lots of jewelry, but I don't buy, I mean, like locally at a rummage sale or something, I buy all of it, but I don't, I haven't bought a jewelry jar. I've never done that. It would be, I tried to sell some on Facebook a year or so ago. I didn't sell them, so I just kind of took them apart. Okay, a bead. Hmm. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm still trying to envision it though. So I go back to work. Natalie, thank you for popping in today. Appreciate that. I'm not going to do a second video this week because I'm doing the live, but I'll be working on another one. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Thank you for that. You have a good day as well. Yeah, this is going to be the last video for the week. I'm going to have to pace myself a little bit. I've kind of decided that the last week of the month, I know it's not the last week of the month, but the last week of August, the last week of September, that I'm going to need to only do one video that week because I always have to get ready for that reset at the booth, Vintage Vickie booth. Never sure if to use a crimp bead or a tube. I like crimp beads more often than not, just because I find crimp tubes sometimes a little sharp, and crimp beads are not as sharp on the ends as a crimp. Now, if you put a cover over it, you can put a crimp tube or bead cover over, but it's really whatever works for you. I'm thinking about doing a video of all the different ways to finish off a piece of jewelry. From a crimp bead to a tube to a clamshell. I'm thinking about doing that. I should put out more tutorials on techniques than what I do. I should have done it in the beginning so I could just reference back to it when people ask. But every once in a while, you might see a technique video out there. I'm sorry, I keep looking over here because it's larger print. That's a great idea. Thank you for that. And what else? Tell me, what else would you like to see? Anything? I mean, I know you've asked me about the fabric. I'm just not into fabric with jewelry. Just not my thing. Not anymore. I guess I did it years ago. Fall charm bracelet, about a bead soup bead weaving video in fall colors. Well, yeah, yeah, I like that. I could do that. Spacer beads as a crimp cover. So what else? Any ideas, suggestions? I'll take a breath. Oh, Mark. Should we get Mark down here? Are you running out of questions for me? Tell me. Should Mark come down now? Because I don't want him to miss out on coming down and saying hello. Let me know. Leave some comments and let me know. And you learned a lot. I love that. I always love it if you learn something. That's a great compliment. Thank you. Tubular chain. Tubular chain. I have tubes that I put on wire. I have an idea for a necklace, that I'm thinking about. Um, he's awake. I heard the chair. The the recliner thing. So he's awake. How does it grow so fast? I don't know. I guess because I don't cut it very much. It's been though growing for 2 years. You got to understand. I mean, I started up here, and this is 2 years of growth. And I've only ever cut, like a little bit off, half inch at a time. Liquid silver. I have some liquid silver beads. I do, and I have a 3-strand necklace that I was thinking about the other day as possibly working that in. Probably do for a necklace video. I know you like the earrings and the bracelets better, but gotta throw a necklace in there once in a while. Yes to what? Yes to have Mark come down? Come on down, hun. And if we keep on talking, well, he can go back up and kick his feet up again. 2 years ago, it was short. Now it's beautiful. I'm like, thank you. Who knew? I want you to know. You got to know. I got to tell you a story here. My mom, when I was 40 years old, said, Vickie, you need to cut your hair. You're 40 years old now. I said, Mom, I'll cut my hair when I look 40. Well, she didn't say much after that. And here I am. She's looking down on me here. Here I am, almost going on 68 years old, and I've got hair as long as I had in my 40s. Is that crazy, honey? You're going to have to go get your stole and bring it over. Yeah, crazy. But Mark likes it, don't you, hon? He loves my long hair. I have to get you to say that on camera. I like it. It's a little warm in the summertime, so it's in a ponytail up here, ponytail on the back. Sometimes I wear a hat with ponytail. Sometimes I bring it to the side. Sometimes I braid it. But I'm actually enjoying it. It feels very feminine. That's what I like about it. It's feminine feeling. Have you ever used crystal? I got a chandelier. No, but we have some crystals around here. I've never thought about, though, making a pendant or anything out of a chandelier crystal. But we have some because we sell lamps sometimes that require crystals. Your hair's waist length scenario? Waist length? Mine's not. It's just here. That's probably about as long as I'll go. Yeah, it's too hot to wear it down. Okay, I'm going to have to slide over, so I'm going to be squeaking my chair here. Get Mark in here. You have the volume down, right?
Yep.
Okay, he knows now. Turn the volume down. Hey, honey.
Hey, sweetie.
What were you saying about my hair?
I love it long like this.
Does it look like you're married to a younger woman?
I am.
Oh, yeah, you are. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm catching up with you. Oh, my gosh. Down to your calves last year. Your hair was down to your calves? Oh, my gosh, Scenaria. That's some long hair. Hi, handsome.
Hello.
Have to go. Okay, Judy, my husband is feeling left out. Well, he can come join us. All right, thank you. Thank you for being here. Hello, Mark. They're saying hello. You can see it up here.
Hello, everybody.
Or they're 84 and your hair as long as mine. Yay! A lot of ladies here have very long hair and they just, pull it up and pin it up. And that is great.
Well, I like it too whenever she pulls it back in a ponytail to go through the back of a ball cap, or she braids it and puts it down the side, and I think all that looks cute.
Yeah, when it's so hot, I just have to get it off my neck. Everybody's saying hi, Shell. Love Shells.
Hello, everybody.
So, throw a question out here for Mark. Just don't ask anything about me because I don't know what he'll say. Questions, please, for Mark. Happy couple. We are a happy couple. We are. Just being honest, we get along great. We have been together 24/7 ever since pretty much we met.
For 22 years.
For 22
plus.
years, because Mark retired in the first year that I met him, and I was self-employed. So we've been partners in everything till we got married, and then we're still partners in everything.
She asked, did I stop making chainmail? And
okay, go ahead.
The answer to that is yes. The issue is arthritis in my hands. I have issues with gripping the pliers to make the chainmail. Um, I can do a little bit of repair work. I've done some putting the ear wires on earrings and things like that, but I can't go for a long duration to make something like a necklace or a bracelet. So, no, I don't. I don't wear jewelry.
Nope, he never did. Even he doesn't even wear his wedding ring. I think it
Um,
lost a diamond years
well,
ago.
I got away from wearing jewelry primarily when I was doing home improvement work. Uh, the uh, the rings and bracelet or whatever were just in the way of using the tools, and um, I got away from it and never got back to it.
They want to know how we met. I'm going to let you tell the story this time in your words.
Oh, well,
Do you have a minute?
yeah, I had been single for a few years and was interested in finding another woman for my life. And I had tried the bar scenes and had uh, looked in the newspapers for the dating groups and things like that. Um, Nothing really panned out. And one day I saw in the newspaper this ad for Smile Singles. And this lady was having a gathering for a group of men and women to do what is called speed dating. And if you're not familiar with that, that's where you would have preferably an equal number of men and an equal number of women, uh, where a man and woman could sit at a table across from each other and another, and you had a X amount of time to talk with each other and uh, learn what you could about that person and try to make a decision whether you would like to see them again. And
And by the way, SMILE, S.M. etc. was an acronym for spiritual, motivational, inspirational, loving, and encouraging. Your stomach's growling. Keep going.
is it dinner time yet?
No.
Oh. Anyhow, um, there were 9 men and 9 women uh, that went to this speed dating social. And the moderator would have a timer and a bell or something would go off. And when that happened, you switch to the next person. And, the ladies stay seated and the men rotated around. And you'd keep notes and you decide at the end of the evening, well, would I want to see this person again or maybe not? And you turned all those notes into the moderator at the end of the evening, and the moderator compared all the notes and figured out when both the man and the woman wanted to have further contact with each other. And then
And I had to keep track of all that.
I didn't tell them you were the moderator yet.
Oh, sorry.
But that's okay.
Sorry.
So, anyhow.
Well, I did tell him I knew what the acronym was, so kind of gave it away. Keep
that
going.
kind of
All
gave
right.
it away. Oh, well.
We're getting hearts.
Anyhow, the Vickie, the moderator, got back to each of the people and let them know who was interested in seeing you again. And I guess there were 11 couples. There were 11 men, 11 women. 9 of those women wanted to see me again.
He was a hot ticket.
Well, anyhow, when
And if you want, somebody asked, what did you do before? So I'm just going to say he was a teacher.
I was a high school biology teacher for 30 years.
And yeah. And so there were a lot of women
But
interested in you.
anyhow, uh, she called and gave me this information that there were these 9 other women wanted to see me. And I said, well, I really appreciate the information. I said, I really thank you for doing this. But there's just one thing that I was disappointed with.
What's that?
I didn't get to meet you.
Aw. This is on the phone,
Yeah.
by the way.
So
I'm like, well, I'm the moderator.
we set up a date for the next week, and it's been all. Yeah.
Hey. We've been together ever since.
Yeah.
I had one date after I met him. I went out with one guy, one date. And I guess it's my mom's doing. She said he's a keeper. And you know what? He is a keeper. But anyway, yeah, we've been together ever since he retired. I was self-employed, and I got him into lots of things, lots of projects. Anyway, do you have a single brother? No, he does not.
No.
He's got a single son.
Yeah. My brother passed away 2 years ago, and my son is 45, but he's still single.
And probably always will be, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm still reading comments back and forth here. How romantic. It's kind of, I will tell you, I've told on the last live, I think we talked about this. Some of the ladies were mad at me.
Yeah.
They thought I was working the system and setting myself up with Mark, and that's not how it was at all. I gave him the names of the ladies that were interested, and he was interested in me. So
the funny part is, her girlfriend, her best girlfriend,
she was interested in Mark.
was helping her set up this whole thing that evening, because there were refreshments and such, and her girlfriend was one of the ones that wanted to talk more to me.
You say they're jealous. I don't know that they were jealous. I think they had a reasonable expectation that they would have an opportunity, and it was not intentional on my part. I had nothing to do with it other than to say yes, I'd go out. But I felt bad for I mean, it's just the way it worked out. It worked out for us, but yeah, I had some ladies turn on me, but they had a right though to be disappointed. They had a right to be disappointed because, as I said, you were hot ticket. He had hair then too.
Well, sorta.
Yeah, you did.
It was still back about here, but it covered the sides. It got to the point where there was no sense in keeping any of it. So.
Anyway, one day I said, "Why don't you just shave it off? Shave it off." And I liked it. I liked the look. So that's how we met. That's the story, and we're sticking to it, aren't we? Now.
Yep.
Who knew? Speed dating. I can't even imagine dating these days. Don't want to even ever think about that. I think it'd be so hard.
Yeah. This
so hard.
This was before the online dating thing.
How long have we been married? We've been married
22
and so many months.
In a few months.
We've been together almost 24.
24 something.
24 years. And truly, we have spent our time together because, like I said, he retired from teaching and I was self-employed. And so we've always, we didn't have to go through that adjustment that some people have to do. Hot ticket. Your new nickname, hot ticket. We did not have to go through any adjustment like some couples have to, where they've been working jobs and they see each other a little bit in the evening. They go their separate way, and then they have to figure out what life is like when you retire together. Some people do very well when they retire together. I think some people might struggle a little bit because they're not used to doing things together, and we're not used to doing things apart. Yeah. Which reminds me about we're not used to doing things apart. There was an open house last December for the booth, where the booth is. And at the last minute, they decided to make it a ladies' night out. We were planning to go together because we just do everything together. And what did we do? When they changed it to leave the guys at home, leave the men in the man cave. Well, that didn't go over well with us. So we didn't go. I don't think they understood that we didn't think it was funny because we enjoy doing things together.
My
husband
husband
met
met
landscaping,
landscaping.
became builders of
Builder.
houses. Mark and I did home improvement and interior
Yeah.
design together. You may not know that. I started a company. I'm not going to say the name, but I started a website and I did some free jobs for friends, took some photos, put up a website, got our first client, and we redid almost every single room in his house. And Mark came on for the home improvement aspect of it, and I did the designing, and we worked together on that. I did painting. I mean,
Yeah.
I did physical work
But
too.
it developed into a full blown home improvement company, and I wound up uh, getting three of my teaching coworkers, retired coworkers, to come work for me. They had experience in doing home improvement, and they were very dependable workers. I knew that I could start them to work on a job and leave and go to another job, and I knew things would get done and nothing would be stolen or anything. I had complete trust in them, and it worked out
Yeah.
great for several years.
And then after that, after doing that for a while, I decided to open up a retail store.
Mm.
Yeah. And we had, I made connections. We had Amish made furniture. And we'd go to Columbus and then Las Vegas and order decor and furnishings and holiday decor. And we did interior design, offered upholstery, window treatments, home improvement. And I had 5 or 6 people working for me. And I say me because I ran the company. Mark ran the home improvement side, but I ran the retail side. And then opened up a second store across the street. One store was in a Joanne Fabrics Plaza. And then we opened a second store across the street in a Target and Kohl's Plaza. So there were good locations. And that was an art gallery style where instead of Amish furniture, we had imported furniture. And I started selling jewelry in the store, not handmade at that time. And everything was going great till 2008.
The crash.
Yeah. Why it just shut everything down. Our clients lost a lot of money. Nothing Nobody was coming into the stores. We had to close up both retail stores. It was the most heartbreaking thing I've ever gone through. And I withdrew for about a decade. I absolutely withdrew. I just kind of shut down. No more networking, no nothing. I and then as I circle around, that's why I wanted to start the Avante Jewelry, didn't I? I said to you, I just I said I haven't put myself out there. Yeah, the reselling, that was, something we picked up. But yeah, I I felt like I withdrew from life for about a decade because I was so disappointed and devastated by losing those retail stores because that was the dream I always had.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you know, there's that.
Protesty says she was roofing until she couldn't do any more at 50.
50, that would be hard.
Roofing's tough.
Yeah.
I've done enough roofing to know that's
Yeah. I mean,
hard, hot work.
we even, I did physical labor too. We did a lot of decorative faux painting, on the walls. We did a lot of painting. And so when we bought this house, how long we been here? 9 years?
9 years, yep. In
We
June.
bought a house that had orange countertops in the kitchen, outdated bathrooms. Thank you, Protesty came back full force. I sure have tried. And I give everything I do my best. Mark knows that. But we remodeled the whole entire house ourselves. Other than we didn't install a granite, but Mark, we put in the cabinets, kitchen cabinets. Didn't build them, put them in.
Yeah,
But
we had the windows installed and the
yeah,
granite
but
countertops, and we did everything else.
remove wallpaper. Prime. I removed so much wallpaper, I damaged my hands. Plus, putting screws in the floor. I painted all the ceilings. We together painted the walls. We did flooring together. We did the whole house together. And there's only one little thing that needs done: the stairwell to the basement. Otherwise, it's all been done. We didn't change anything in the eBay room here. We didn't change the paneling, but boy, we put a lot of work into this house, and
Yep.
I would, doesn't look anything like it used to. So anyway, there's that. But thank you for all the nice comments.
Yes,
Um,
thank you.
And Cece, your husband and you are always together, get along great. Yes. There's nothing. Yeah. If you don't get along, I just don't know. I don't know. I could, I, I know what that's like. I was married once before, 21 years before I said yes. Took me a long time to say
And
yes.
I had been married 27 years before that ended, which was probably about 21 too long, or 26 too long.
I'm going to swipe something off
But
the screen here.
um,
You know,
yeah,
it is what
we,
it
we
is.
both we both had experiences that we knew what we didn't want to go
Yeah.
through again.
I would say that we came together very at our ages. I was in my about 44, I think. We came together. We're seven. What are we? 7 years apart. Mark and I came together at a mature age with enough life experience to know what we wanted and what we didn't want. And we could talk about anything. So that's half the battle right there. So a lot of you have done some serious physical labor and remodeling and things like that. Thank you for sharing that. Do you have any other questions? And then we're probably going to wrap it up here. And like I said, this will be my last video for the week. But any questions? Came back stronger. Yes, things happen for a reason. Phone door closes, five open. I do live like that. I never give up, and I probably mourned the loss of those businesses, those two stores, a lot longer than I should have. But I think my biggest regret was I never got to find out what it could have been. We were 3.5 years in on the one store and just opened the second one, and I never got to find out
And
what could have been.
we did the total build out in both stores. It was they were beautiful.
Is this our last home? Absolutely, unless I become a millionaire or something. I don't see that. I would like to live in a quieter place, but I'm not sure if that even exists anymore. New adventures? Um, we haven't even gone on vacation this year. Mark's trying to get our boat ready, or a small, older boat, so we can do a little boating for the years out. But what did you say? I piped up and fibbed saying we didn't live together. Customer tell my hubby that. Okay, I'm trying to catch that. Anyway, you know, we don't have any big adventures planned. We're car shopping because we really can't go very far right now because we have old cars. We're very conservative. We have old cars. What years are they?
One's 20 years and the other's 21 years old.
Yeah. So what's that tell you? And we are having trouble finding the right vehicle for us, something bigger than the Jeep and smaller than the Yukon. So traveling isn't really, we talked once about buying a travel RV, but we sold our camper. But where cars are expensive, yeah, even used, you can hardly find a good used car these days.
Yeah.
So that's part of why we're not really going too far. We might do some day trips or something, maybe an overnight, not too far. I'm itching to get out, like for my birthday in September. I want to go do something. I just feel like I work all the time, even though I enjoy it.
It's been so hot though. It makes
Yeah.
going out and enjoying nature more uncomfortable.
Late September, early October is
Yeah.
a nice time to get out around here. Yep. Okay, last call for questions. I don't, like I said, I didn't have a lot to go over, but I hope you enjoyed this live today. September 14th. September 14th. And I have a P.O. box in the description below my video. I don't get much mail there.
Hint, hint.
An occasional haul from Nancy. I find a key in my lockbox. I pay for it all year long and might get a half a dozen things in it. But I know I shouldn't even say that. But, anyway. Hyundai Santa Cruz. I've heard Hyundais are pretty good. Part track. No, don't want a track. Want a very quiet, spacious, SUV. Yes, RVs have air conditioning. I know. So did our camper, but we saw that. It was over a year ago now.
About a year. Yeah.
So LOL, September 14th. Did I say the exact date?
You did.
Oh, I did. Do you just learn the difference between stones or plastic? I said plastic? Sometimes I get fooled. Sometimes the store is so cold and cool that I got fooled recently, and I bought a plastic necklace that I thought was glass. I felt like a fool,
You
but it
can
happens.
you
Yeah.
can often feel the difference in the weight, the density. The plastic is usually a lot lighter in feel than the stones and glass.
Yeah, but I did. Well, there were so many beads on this particular necklace. It was so heavy. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Upcycle it, right? Upcycle it. That's what we do here. Okay, I'm just going to give a minute here for any last questions. I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining us today. And my RV is my satellite craft room. Oh, I'd have to have a trailer behind the the camper to haul all of my stuff. Plan a fall trip. Hope to meet you. Hey, always contact us. We're willing to meet up for a lunch somewhere or a thrift store somewhere, wherever you want. Yeah, if you're ever in the area, Mark and I are very regular folks here, down to earth, and we would definitely make an effort to meet up with you if possible.
Absolutely.
So nice to see you, Kim. Kim just popped in. Or maybe you've been here and I missed your name. So nice to see you. So nice to see all of you. Although I wish I could see you. Don't you wish you could see
Yeah,
them?
yeah.
I told them I'd give them
We
all a
can
hug. I'm a hugger.
we
So
can just
we're both
imagine.
we're both huggers. Mark and I are just okay. We're just regular folk here.
And goofy.
We just happen to be on YouTube. That's all. Well, come to Belgium. Oh gosh,
Belgium.
that'd be
Whoa.
something.
I was to Belgium once.
You were?
I was
Oh,
in
there's a
Belgium once.
story here.
Back in 1971. Yeah, I was with a group that toured Western Europe for 2 weeks. So we spent a little time in
He
Belgium.
used to sing. He doesn't sing for me. Doesn't play the guitar for me either, but he can.
Oh, the
The
fingers
arthritis,
don't
yeah, that's
do
true.
that. And
That is true. Belgium sounds exotic. Anyway, well, I'm not seeing
yeah,
any
it's
questions
beautiful,
coming in.
beautiful.
And I think my phone's what are we at? 97 minutes. So about an hour and a half. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. And I didn't get to respond to all of your comments, but I've been seeing them pop up here. And Carolyn, Catherine, Scenaria, Protesy, I if I miss saying hello to anybody, I apologize. It's really different. The different part about doing a live is catching everybody's names while you're still trying to talk at the same time. And of course, I've been back and forth between the big screen, big text, versus the little text on my phone. So I'll sing with you, Mark. Scenario said she'll sing with you. I'm glad
You
because I can't sing.
you
I
might be
can't.
singing solo.
Aw.
My voice has really
Hmm.
changed over the last year here, and I don't sing much at all anymore. Not even to myself.
Both our stomachs are
That's
growling.
that's you.
That's
That's you
me.
growling this
I
time,
guess
not
I
me.
need my salad. We brought home salads for dinner. We went out to lunch.
You can
Thank
upcycle
you. It was
plastic
fun.
beads
Yes, it
first
was
jewelry.
fun. And we got waving. Thank you. We got thumbs up. We got hearts and smiley faces. Let's do our little heart here, honey. Can we do it? Can we do a heart? Bring it over here, or we can't see it because it's covered up.
Yeah,
There you
the
go.
comments are
They
covering it up.
probably don't see the comments covering it up
No,
though. Love you. Love everybody.
love you.
And
Thank you so much.
thank you for joining us. And I guess there's an X up there that I hit when I'm ready to sign off. But people are still saying goodbye. So Tony, I don't think I got to say hi to you. Hi Tony. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Cece, I'm just gonna wait a minute, make sure I at least acknowledge you being here because I sure meant to. Kim can't sing either. No, yeah. I used to play the piano a little bit. That's about all I could do. Love you too. Love you too. TOO. And they love Catherine. Thank you. It's so fun to do this. I didn't have a lot to share with you on my end, but I think I talked enough though. Came up with some things. Take care to all of you folks. We use the folks thing. How are you folks
Yep.
doing? That's an Ohio thing and around here too, huh?
Y'all.
Yeah, it is. So,
See y'all.
See y'all. Y'all, I don't say y'all except for fun. I say y'all for fun. Thank you. Thank you, Dee Marie and Brown's Home Remodeling. I know you shared your name a little bit ago. It's always fun to listen to you both. Thank you for teaching me how to use my beads by making earrings. I love to make earrings. I have these really long butterfly earrings. I made those a long time ago, remember? In our anniversary colors. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna let you sign off instead of us signing off for another minute here. Because I don't want to like hit the X and then still coming in. Back to binge watching the videos. Thank you. I need that, especially when I'm not putting one out this weekend. Need all YouTube is challenging. you know, First of all, if you're not subscribed, well, if you are subscribed and you skip a video too, they stop showing them to you if you're onto some other interest. You hang up first. Yeah, that's like being on a phone call, right? Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to. I feel like that's so rude just to hit the X button. Over and out. Oh, thumbs up if you haven't done it. Or maybe when I publish it for everybody else. So, okay. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.